Greetings from Elite English Academy. Dear friends, in this lesson, let me discuss William Shakespeare's Sonnet 107. This is a sample lesson from PGTRB New Syllabus 2024. In this video, I have analyzed Sonnets 107, its line-by-line explanation, poetic devices, followed by 10 multiple choice questions based on Sonnet 107. This video lesson will be very useful to the PGTRB aspirants who are preparing based on the new syllabus 2024. First, let me give an introduction to this poem. So, it is written by William Shakespeare. Since you know already about William Shakespeare, the Elizabethan poet and dramatist, I am not getting into that detail again. So, in total, Shakespeare has written 154 sonnets, among which 1 to 126 is dedicated to fair youth. So naturally, this poem is dedicated to fair youth. For your information, sonnets 127 to 152 are dedicated to the dark lady. Then the last two sonnets 153 to 54, they deal with mythological aspects, love and death. So this is the arrangement. So considering that sonnet 107 is dedicated to the fair youth. So in this poem, in general, the poet shows his devotion to the fair youth. So there is he assures again that he is still uh, respecting, and his dedication grows towards him. And further, this poem contrasts the present with the future. So the previous poem, naturally it talks about present with the past, but this poem 107, the sonnet, contrasts the present with the future. So the themes are the natural themes, so beauty, death, immortality, and hope. So as we already know, so Shakespeare follows Shakespearean sonnet form. See, on the whole, this poem talks about how the poet or the speaker has great love and affection towards the fair youth, how his love and respect for the fair youth is undying, how it will survive till the end of his life. Before entering into the analysis, now let me divide the poem. So this poem has got three quatrain. So one quatrain means four lines. Here one sentence, and here a second quatrain. Then the third quatrain, it is the enjambment, and the fourth it is just couplets, right? Two lines couplet. So if you take the rhyme scheme, so typical Shakespearean rhyme scheme, right? That A, right? So that is B, then A, B. So like that, A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, right? E, F, E, F, G, 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 right? A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. So this is the typical Shakespearean sonnets rhyme scheme. So Shakespeare follows his rhyme scheme in this poem also, right? Now let's discuss the first quatrain. Quatrain means four lines. No, that is not mine own fears, nor the prophetic soul of the wide world dreaming on things to come can get the lease of my true love control, supposed as 4 feet to confine do. There are some difficult words in this particular part, first quatrain. So here, 4 feet means it is a penalty, punishment. So in the first quatrain, the poet foretells that how his life and love will be immortal towards the fair youth. So he assures his love. So not mine own fears. So naturally, all human beings have fears. Okay, nor the prophetic soul. So prophetic, the fortune tellers, right? So prophetic soul, the soul also says something of wide world dreaming of things to come. Normally, the intuition here, the fear refers to the intuition of the poet, the speaker, nor the prophetic soul. Any prophetic soul, anyone who just tells the future of wide world dreaming on things to come. So his own inner feelings and his own the prophets may say what may come in future. Here worldwide it is alliteration, a repetition of the consonant sound, right? So alliteration. Then these things may predict what is going to happen in future. Line 4. Can yet the lease of my true love control. So can these people, so those who predict, can they control my love for the fair youth, supposed as 4 feet to a confined doom? Doom means destruction. So some people, especially the fortune tellers, right, prophetic soul and fear, may predict what is going to happen in the future, but so these people cannot control my love. So the poet says, these people cannot control my love towards the fair youth. So they may predict something bad, but at the same time, my love is strong. Now we are moving to the second quatrain. So next to 4 lines, line 5 to 8. The mortal moon has her eclipse endured. So here it is personification, right? Here, so moon is compared to that female. The mortal moon. So there is alliteration. Mortal moon alliteration. The mortal moon has her eclipse endured. So normally, what is the nature of moon? So moon sometimes, so it is eclipsed, and the sad augurs mock their own presage. Augurs, the fortune tellers, presage sign. So the mortal moon. So when there is eclipse, the augurs, the fortune tellers uh, may say, so this is the time in which your love just will go down. Actually, in the second quatrain, so the poet talks about or gives the images that endures many changes. So here, what is the change? The how the moon gives a bad sign. Uncertainties. How our uncertainties now crown themselves assured, and peace proclaims olives of endless age. So this particular quatrain talks about the symbolic representation. So how olives of endless age means it is a symbol of peaceful days ahead. So now what happens? Now let's see the second quatrain. And the sad augurs mock their own presage. Uncertainties now crown themselves assured. So naturally, these things were what it represents in reality, uncertainties. So things are not permanent. People may say, no, nothing is permanent in this world. So your love is also not permanent. And peace proclaims olives of endless age. But the poet argues that whatever may be the time, whatever the fortune tellers say, my love for the youth is endless, and my love for the youth is permanent. So anything may change, but my love will not change. Now, with the drops of this most balmy time. So balmy time refers to that is consoling time, consoling time. Now, with the drops of this most balmy time, my love looks fresh in spite of the time. In spite of many ages may come and go, but my love looks fresh. Alliteration. So here earlier in the previous piece proclaims alliteration. Love looks fresh, and death to me subscribes, since spite of him I will love in this poor rhyme. See, so death, what is the most powerful thing in this world? Death. So death may take me away, right? Death may take me away. Since spite of him, since spite, that is alliteration, spins, since spite of him. So here death is personified here. Death may come and take me away, but I will live in this poor rhyme. So um, it is paradox. Paradox means so juxtaposition of opposite ideas. So death may take me away, death may take me away, but I will live in this poor rhyme. So this particular line is paradox. So what does the poet say? So everything will change. Death is the most powerful thing, but death cannot take me away completely because I will live in this particular line. While he insults over dull and speechless tribes. So who he? It is personification, right? So while he means death, insults over dull and speechless tribes. Who are referred to as speechless tribes? Only ordinary people. So death may control ordinary people. Death may take away ordinary people, but death cannot take me away, and death cannot stop me. Death cannot destroy me because I will live in this line. So the poet again, so this is the particular theme repeatedly he uses, whatever may happen in this world. So the poet and his ideas and his love will continue to live in these lines. So now we are moving to the last couplet. And though in this shall find my monument when tyrants' crests and tombs of bronze are spent. So imagery. So here the visual image of tombs come to our mind. So monument comes. So what is, see, this is the part in which the poet celebrates in one way. So deliverance from tyranny and death. So what is the form of deliverance? Deliverance means redemption. So that is release. So deliverance comes only through death, but at the same time, I myself get immortalized in this line. Now look at the last two lines. And though in this refers to that poetry, like this poetry shall find my monument. So what is the monument of this poet? So the speaker. So it is this poetry. So you need not go to my tomb to know about me, reading the inscriptions over there. You can read my poetry. So my love for the fair youth will be there forever in this particular poem. When tyrants crests, so crest means a top crown, tyrant's crest, and tombs of brass are spent. Brass, self-assurance here. So here, whatever may happen, so anything, most powerful person, I will live in this particular life. Overall, this poem talks about how the fair youth is loved by the poet, and he reassures his love for the fair youth will never end because he has immortalized his love in the form of poetry. So he will live forever in this particular poem. Now, let me just remind you of the poetic devices used. First, metaphor. So the moon has her eclipse endured. It can be a metaphor because it symbolically or metaphorically represents temporary struggles and obstacles in life. Then afterwards, the metaphor comes in olives of endless age. So it symbolizes peace and timeless harmony. Next, we have personification. So it is a death and love are personified. Then imagery. So imagery means, so when we read something, the visual idea that we get. So we have mortal moon, tomes of brass. So they are all imageries. Then alliteration, several alliteration we had here. Then symbolism was there. So again, the mortal moon symbolizes the passage of time and how the time takes away human beings. Then olive symbolizes peace. So monument and tombs symbolizes attempts at immortality. See, actually, why is a cross is kept in the tomb? Because people try to remember the dead people. Then we have hyperbole, exaggeration. The entire poem is a hyperbole. We had enjambment, rhyme scheme, we know AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG. Paradox towards the end. It is said, I live in this poor rhyme. That can be considered as paradox. Now let me give you the questions. What does the lease of the poet's true love refers to in the sonnet? Sonnet 107. So lease. So what refers to? Is it a physical contract? No. The poet's mortal life, the duration of love's endurance, a financial agreement. So based on the poem, there may not be direct question. So what based on your understanding of the poem, you have to understand. So it is the duration of love's endurance. One more thing for your information, the word lease is repeatedly used by Shakespeare in sonnets to refers to the duration. The second one, what does the mortal moon symbolizes in the poem? Already we discussed. It talks about human frailty and temporary struggles. Mortal moons, it will disappear. What is the significance of olives of endless age? This also we discussed a lot. So it is they symbolize peace and harmony. How does the poet view death in this sonnet? So now we look at the interesting options as an undefeatable force, as an ally to his love, as powerless against poetry, as a natural phenomenon to be embraced. So all look similar, but at the same time, as powerless against poetry can be the right option. What ensures the immortality of the poet's beloved according to the poem? So beloved means here the fair youth. So is it that person's physical beauty or the poet's immortality, the poem itself, the strength of their relationship? So definitely the physical beauty will vanish. The poet's own immortal, no, the poet does not say he will die, but his poetry will survive. So the poem itself. What literary device is used since spite of him? I will live in this poor rhyme. So it is personification. It is an obvious answer. So what is contrasted with monument in the couplet? This refers to the last two lines of the sonnet. So monument refers to, it talks about tyrant's temporary power and glory because it will disappear. What poetic device is predominantly used in the line? And peace proclaims olives of endless age. So it is just, we know this symbolism. Which theme is most central to Sonnet 107? It is the immortality of love and poetry. See, the poet and to whom it is addressed, they will die, but the poem will survive. The last one here. What tone dominates the closing couplet of the sonnet? So, which tone is mentioned here? Is it triumphant? So, who wins? So, is it pessimistic? I will die like that. Reflective? Is he thinking? Mournful? Whether he regrets for the death of the fair youth or loss of love? No, it is triumphant success. Because why the poet feels triumphant at the end? Because he will not die. So, death cannot defeat him. Dear friends, thanks for watching this video. So, this is how all our lessons are included in our course. If you feel that you can join the course, please call us. We'll help you with the registration process. Kindly share it among the needy people. Thank you. All the best. Have a nice day.